It's Angel Vane, and this is episode 37 of my author's diary. Today, I'm talking about something that impacts a lot of authors at one point or more, or lots of points in their career, and that's writer's block. But before I get into that, let me give you a little recap of what's been going on with me since the last time I did a video. I am no longer on location. I am back home here in Tomball, and oh my gosh, I am like so grateful to be back at my house. I miss sleeping in my bed. I'm back with all my stuff. I'm a little ticked off because when I got back home, it was cold here. Like, I left the cold to come back to warm Texas, and then Texas decided not to be warm for me, but I digress. So last video, when I was in the Canadian Rockies for Galentine's weekend, I told you guys about how I actually finished all of the revisions to book 2, the sequel to The Accidental Hero. And I have done 0 writing since. I haven't thought about my books. I haven't thought about the next book, trying to plot it and plan it. I haven't done anything about it. And so I started to wonder, have I lost my mojo, my writing mojo? Because I mean, seriously, after I finished the revisions to book 2, I thought, great, I got half the month of February. I can finish plotting, or actually like start plotting, book 3 in the series, get that done by the end of February, and actually try to get back on track with my writing schedule that I had devised for myself, and start actually writing book 3 in March and only be 1 month behind instead of 2 months behind. Yeah, she haven't started doing any of that because I don't feel like writing. I don't feel like thinking about my characters and my stories. I'm on a break. And so it made me wonder, do I have writer's block? Has it gotten to me? And then of course I was like, you don't believe in writer's block. That's a myth. That's how I feel. Now I know lots of people feel different ways about writer's block, but I'm in that camp of, okay, a doctor can't go into the hospital and be like, you know what, I got doctor's block today. I can't see no patients. I can't roll up in my day job and be like, you know what, I'm blocked today. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, my boss would laugh at me and then probably fire me. But you get what I'm saying? Like, no other career has this block that they can use as an excuse to not do their job, right? So really, what I think I'm going through is not writer's block, because literally, like yesterday, I know that there's certain parts of the original, The Accidental Hero, book 1, that I need to revise and change to sync up with some of the things that I did in book 2. And so I opened up the file and I started doing that. I didn't get very far. I got maybe like 5 minutes into it before I started chasing butterflies and started doing other stuff. But like, I didn't feel like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I actually can write the words and the words are coming out fine. There was just other stuff I wanted to do. And so I really feel like I'm in this frame over this past week of this resistance. And Steven Pressfield talks about that in one of his books that I haven't read, but that people talk about all the time. And I probably should put it on, I will put that on my to be read pile. But I know that he talks about this concept of resistance where you just don't feel like writing. So you come up with other stuff to do so that you're not writing. And so that's where I feel like I am. But I think my problem is that I don't feel guilty at all, because the stuff that I've been doing when I'm not writing, like, I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. Like, so, I finished my Galentine's weekend. We did snowshoeing. We did sleigh rides. I hiked across Lake Louise, the frozen pond, the frozen lake, and went to see this gorgeous frozen waterfall. And then I did cross-country skiing, which was hard as hell. Oh my gosh, cross-country skiing was so hard as hell. And I guess because I'm just like, I'm not in shape and all that. once you even got your balance on the skis, it was like, it was too much. It was team too much. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired. So how about I do about this quarter of a mile? I did a quarter of a mile of the 4-mile trail. And I was like, I'm tired. I think I'm going to turn around now. But I've been doing all of this fun stuff. And I don't feel guilty. I don't feel bad for not writing. So what I know is going to happen to me, though, because I have experience with Angel and I know how Angel thinks. Fast forward 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to look back on this time and I'm going to be like, you wasted time. You could be way further along than what you are. You were unproductive. You need to get back and be more productive. That's what Angel's going to say to past Angel, which is current Angel right now. So I'm going to try to nip this in the bud. And the only way I know how to nip things in the bud and to get back on track is to do what I do best, which is plan. I'm such a structured junkie. I love to plan. I love trackers. I love to keep track of what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is, first off, I had created these pages in my bullet journal to keep track of how much I was writing and the days that I wrote and all the different things that I was working on. The pages don't work. Like, they're not set up right. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is spend some time today and reconstruct a new spread, a new tracker for me to keep track of the writing that I'm doing, because I was bouncing back and forth between different books and stuff, and I had a separate page for each book, and so I couldn't see the full story of what I was doing on a given day without flipping through to look at like 2 or 3 different pages. I'm like, that's not working for me. I need it all on one page, regardless of which book or which story that I'm trying to work on. So that's what I'm gonna do. And probably I'll do a bullet journal, another bullet journal video soon about the pages that I set up to help me keep track of my writing, because I love trackers. Like, that is the one thing that keeps me motivated to get me going and doing stuff. And I think part of the reason that I kind of fell off sync was, one, I had to do all those revisions and it was unexpected and I got blindsided, right? And then I was like, I don't wanna do no more writing. And so I haven't written for a week, but I do like to keep track of my progress because, you know, yeah, that's kind of like what I do. So I'm going to set up new pages in my bullet journal for a new method of tracking my writing and what I'm getting done on a daily basis. And I think that that's going to be the motivation to kind of kick things started. So that's my plan to squash the resistance, which I don't consider writer's block. It's just resistance because I'm like chasing butterflies and doing other stuff that's fun and like, I'll do writing later. So I'm going to squash that resistance, get back on track, and get my books done, because I got 2 more books to write this year that I want to get published this year so that I can move back over to my sweet holiday romances that I'll be writing towards the end of this year. So that's kind of my game plan. I'll keep you up to date on how well I'm doing towards that in future videos. So if you want to keep up with me and all the ups and downs that I go through as I write and publish new books, click the subscribe button and then click that little silver bell so you won't miss when I do a video, and I will see you next time.